Hey everyone, this is Ben back with you in the Midwest Model Shop, and today we're going to do another shop talk video. So for those of you not familiar, there's nothing to really show or see except me talking to you. Feel free to put your phone down or camera or whatever and just listen. So I'm doing this because I was hoping to be home this weekend and be able to work on both ships actually. And unfortunately I got called into work, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But I've been thinking about a subject here lately, and I wanted to talk about it. I'm like, this would be a good shop talk video. And I talked to my stepson about it. I talked to my wife about it, just kind of reviewing thoughts and things like that. But basically, what I'm getting at is I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot more of promotional items anytime soon. I say that, or in Murphy's Law it'll be the opposite, but yeah, basically, you know, I've done reviews of lasers, several lasers, lights, well, the power strip you just saw, and a couple other things, Legos even though they're not called that, a brick set, electric set. And I did that. I haven't been, on all the promotions I've done this channel, I'm not paid. The payment, if you will, is here's the product and you just get to keep it, which is great, right? But what I've noticed lately is, for example, with the lasers, I get emailed several times a week at the height. It definitely once a week, it seems like, from companies asking me if I'll just review their laser, please. And what I'm noticing is it's the same kind of Eastern Asia country, a company from over there producing basically the exact same laser that I have already reviewed, but it's been tweaked slightly. And which is fine, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I did notice is, for example, the very first laser video that I did, I had a good experience with the laser. It worked just fine. I had good communication with the company. There was nothing wrong with it. Folks have watched that video, interested in lasers, and I've since seen comments and received emails saying, hey, I'm having trouble with the software. I'm having trouble connecting. Can you help me? I've reached out to them, and they're not responding to me. Can you help, please? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, is this a problem on your end where you don't know what you're doing? I mean, it does require some computer skill and things like that to operate a laser. I mean, you're taking a program and a file and you're manipulating it and changing it and sending it to a machine. You have to make sure everything is talking to each other correctly and that you're not having problems. But I'm concerned that the customer support isn't there. And I thought, well, that's odd because I didn't have any trouble at all. But I am promoting their item, and I started thinking to myself, well, is this like a smash and grab type of thing? You know, where the market's just inundated with basically the same thing with only slight improvements and tweaks, and they say, hey, you know, look, if we can sell 1,000 of these items at $300 a piece and call it good, that's $300,000. And in yen, I mean, that's a lot of money. And then we just move on. And we just need to make sure we have our act together for the folks who are promoting it so that we'll get a good review. I don't know. Yeah. And then I've also, this has kind of evolved into the whole sense of not just am I promoting the right product, am I promoting the right people? People are a big part of the product. You can have a good product, but if the individuals behind it aren't any good or they're fake, you have problems there too. So what I've realized is, because I've had individuals, you know, say, hey, Ben, we want you to promote this product. Will you do this, this, and this? And I say, sure. And then I'm getting emails from them, hey, you haven't done it yet. When are you going to follow up? Are you having trouble? They kind of they start to harass you about things. And I don't like having the weight of an obligation on my head. I mean, I obviously nobody does, but you know, it's in this genre of model building. You know, I might have a 25-minute video, but there's 8, 9, 10, 20 hours of building that goes into getting a 25-minute video. And then I need to squeeze in a promotion in there, or I need to do a dedicated video on an item. And I don't like really doing that. I don't like having that weigh on my head, especially if I'm not totally clear about the item that I'm promoting. I watched a video on YouTube recently. It was just, it popped up my feed and I was kind of interested in the subject. And the guy did his video, and then the video was brought to you by some company, ABC company, I don't know who it was. All the comments, I scrolled down and started reading the comments, all of the comments were, wow, this is really a shame. This gentleman has a great channel, he's off to a good start. It's too bad he hasn't vetted his promoters, because this company's terrible. This company has the worst customer service on the planet. You can't even get this product anymore. Blah, blah, blah. They went on about how bad the item was that he was promoting. And a good friend of mine who's a fan of this channel, he always tells me, protect the brand. Protect the brand. I'll tell him some crazy thing that happens, because the internet is a crazy place and people comment and say and do all sorts of things. And I'll tell him about some stuff and he'll just say, protect the brand. Meaning my response to that individual needs, no matter what I choose, ultimately needs to protect the channel, the integrity of what I share with you folks, and what I promote. So because of that, I've already made up my mind that a little while ago. I'm like, I don't want to do I don't really want to do brought to you by videos anymore, unless I really like what's going on. I've got one more that's sitting upstairs that we got to do. It's another Let Bricks review, and I like Let Bricks. We like Let Bricks. We think building with bricks, Legos, if you will, lots of fun. My family enjoys that. And now we have a little bit of a relationship with Let Bricks. I know that they have a budget each month. There's only so much they're allowed to give you. And so we had picked out a kit that we liked and said, hey, we'll split it with you. We'll do a review for you, but we'll buy the other half. And of course they were agreeable to this. It took them a long time to get me the kit again. And then when I got it, of course, immediately they wanted to know, hey, are you going to do the video right away? Are you going to get it up right away? You know, you've got it now. Are you going to build these right away? And the answer is no. I just don't have time right now. You took a month and a half to get the product to me. My priority is not to drop everything and build this Lego set to do a review for you. I will get to it when I get to it. And I've kind of had to tell them that in the past. And they get it, and I think they understand that that's the case now. Yeah, right? Like, you have to have balance with all of this stuff. But the big thing is, I hope this picture's all kind of tying together here with like people, with any kind of product, with customer service from people, with the pricing of the product, with reliability of the product. I need to ensure that if I suggest something to the viewers, that it's good, right? Like that it does something really well. So, for example, the BenQ lamp was really expensive. I think that's an expensive lamp, but I've seen it in some other people's videos. I don't know if they got it for free or if they went out and purchased one. It's their desk lamp. We have ours. We still use it. That lamp is really good. It's really hard to have it finally in front of you and touch it and use it and turn it on and say, oh, it's too expensive. Like, that's the frustrating thing about that. It's one of those things where you're like, I bought it and I'm not mad about it. It was a lot of money and it was totally worth it. Like, those are the things that I want to share with you folks, but I want to be sure about it. So, you know, in this last video of the Enterprise CV6, I talked about my power strip that I've got right here. And one person told me, hey, yeah, I'm actually looking for power strip too. I'll give that one a try. And I think he said, yeah, it's a few bucks more than a normal power strip, but it's all right. And I received it, and as soon as I got it, about a week or two went by, and I got an email from the provider asking if I was going to do a video on it right away. And I told them no. No, I'm not going to do a video on it right away. I'm in the middle of remodeling the shop, changing things, and I've been using it. And I want to use it, and I want to make sure that all the plugs and all the features that you guys, I'm not going to try to test out the surge protection, but I want to make sure it keeps working. I don't want to suggest it until I'm satisfied that it's good to go. You know what I mean? And I was even talking to my stepson about it today. I said, it has this feature. It does this, this, and this, and it's a power strip. And he uses a bunch of power strips in his setup. He's a professional streamer, and so he knows about. I need plugs. I need to plug things in, and his eyebrows perked up. He's like, really? So not only is it good, it has a couple of features that are like above and beyond good. It's like good plus some. I'm like, yeah, that's worth sharing with everybody. And it's not super expensive. So, and like with people are the product oftentimes. And not. That's not totally true. You can have a bad person and then really great, phenomenal product. The key is to get both, right? So, my buddy Neil over in the UK, if you've watched the Titanic series, you've heard me talk about him all the time. Woody's Model Works, .uk.co. Woody's Models Works. He does photo etch. That man is super passionate about what he does, and he's super passionate about customer service. His product's fantastic. There's nothing to debate there. But he's a one-man show, and he spends a lot of time trying to balance his personal life and work and getting this stuff shipped out the door. People were frustrated for a while there. He had a backlog, and it's like, you don't understand. You've paid a lot of money for this very high-end product. He packs it himself, and he will not speed along and just throw a package together to get it in the post because you want it right now. He takes the time to properly pack everything and secure it in place so that when it shows up, it's damage-free. Or if there is some damage, because I did get one, I got a photo etch set from him that had a huge ding in the bottom corner. Somebody like chucked it or whipped it, or they did something to it. And his packaging absorbed 90% of the blow. The photo etch had a little bit of a bend in it, but he has created a border around his photo etch that can be damaged and not affect the product at all. And that was the case. And that takes time. And he's talked to me before about how he's upset that he's behind. He has been upset that he can't just get these out the door right away, but he will not compromise the quality. It's hard to ask for anything above and beyond that, right? So anyway, I guess what I'm getting at is, yeah, from now on, if I promote something, it's either like, the Let Bricks thing, that's simple. Either I enjoyed putting it together or I didn't, right? You can figure it out. But like the power strip thing, that's a lot more important. I plug in my cameras, and I plug in my stuff for the audio and my phone and a bunch of tools and chargers and plugs. I need things that like aren't easily replaceable. They're expensive, and if something bad happens to them, that's not good. I need a reliable power strip. We have a bunch of power strips lying around the house. You can go IKEA and get a power strip for like $3. This thing's a little bit more heavy duty. I feel better about it. And I don't know, I think I've talked about this before, but they always tell you that there's always having the right tool for the job, but then there's having the best tool for the job. These, I feel like the BenQ Lamp and the power strip, I feel like are the best tools for the job. And then, then there's also buy the best tool you can afford at the time. If you can't afford a $20 power strip, that's fine. There's a $3 one out there, get it. But if you're serious about what you're doing, you'll eventually save up money to buy a $20 power strip just because of the things that you put into it, right? And so I'm glad that the power strip, for example, I had vetted for about a month and a half. I had put through paces, and I told the gentleman that I'm not doing a video on it right away. I'm using it. And when I'm satisfied with its performance, I'll share it with my audience. And so, yeah, I guess that's what's going to happen from now on. I'm going to make sure that I vet my people. I'm going to make sure that I vet the product, and I'll let people know, if I'm approached by someone with something that I am interested in, hey, you can send it to me, but just so you know, I'm not going to do a video on it immediately. You will have to wait, and hopefully I'll know how long. A lot of that has to do with my very not predictive work schedule. It changes monthly, but yeah, it's important, right, to provide good suggestions. So anyway, yeah, that's just kind of a thought that I had there. A bunch of thoughts, right? In conclusion, want to vet people, want to vet the product that the people are pushing, want to vet the reliability of the product, the customer support. Obviously, we want to buy the best tool we can afford at the time. We want to get the right tool for the job ultimately, but even better would be the best tool for the job, right? It does what you need it to do plus some, or it does what you need it to do, but it provides you with the fidelity that nothing else does, right? All of these things, they just make a difference, right? And this is a hobby that we're trying to. You should spend your time enjoying what you're doing. And so if you're using really good tools, it makes that whole experience better. You don't want to be fighting the process because you have bad tools or something. You plug something in and it's off, and it doesn't want to turn back on again. That's not good, right? So anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and we'll wrap this up. I hope you're all doing well and safe. I got to go do my little work thing for my normal job. Enterprise is coming along. I'm working on sorting out the hull. I've made progress there. I'm happy with the direction I'm going in terms of the look that I'm getting. Working on the Duchess of Kingston still. I'm going to work on that right after this actually. And it's fun and the weather's nice outside and this is just a good, I feel good about things right now in the shop. So anyway, I hope that you're all well. I hope you're all enjoying the weather and that summer's treating you well wherever you're at in your part of the world. I hope things are going well for you and you have a build that you're enjoying right now. And if you don't have one, get one. And if you can't do that, I hope you find somebody that you enjoy watching that can fill that void for you. So anyway, that's it. Talk to you next time.